Ladies and gentlemen, do you believe that all people have skeletons in their wardrobes?
Yeah.
At least I do. And there is only, I strongly also believe that if they are not disclosed, they are like undigested hamburgers in the stomach, intoxicating your body. There is only one way to get rid of them, and that is to confess, which I'm going to do right now in front of you. Please trust me that in my confession, it won't be like in a joke I've heard recently when one woman came to the priest and said, "Father, I want to confess. I was not faithful to my husband 5 years ago." And he said, didn't you tell me this already several times?" And she said, "Yeah, you're right, Father. But it is such a pleasure to recall." Ladies and gentlemen, my skeleton will be about how I betrayed my friend. This story happened many months ago when I was a kid and lived in a village where there were not many people. But I was really lucky. I had a friend, really good friend. His name was Spartak. He had very pleasant personality, always smiling face. I shared all my secrets with him. Everybody loved him. There was only one problem with him. He was a pig. Not in a sense of his moral features. He was literally a pig. And all pigs in a village have very short life expectancy. In the case of my friend, he had only 1 year. Everybody knew this except him. Finally, the tragic day was coming. I tried to convince my grandparents not to kill my friends, but unfortunately I failed. And at this day, when it happened, I was sitting in a house, and I was very afraid of getting out and to meet my friend. You know, in all villages, there is one special guy who is specializing in killing animals, cows and pigs. The killer. There are basically two ways of killing the animals. The first one is very bloody one, when you cut their throats. The second one is considered more human, when you use this long stick and to put it right in the heart of the animal. We chose the second one. The guy has come. You know, if it is done skillfully, it takes only 1 minute for an animal to die. If it is done skillfully. Spartak was unlucky. But this terrible day, the guy was not in a good shape. He used too much alcohol before, and his hands were trembling. He missed the first shot, and then the second one, and then the third one. Later, I found out that it took him 5 shots and totally 20 minutes to kill Spartak. All this time, I've heard how Spartak was yelling and screaming, and I could visualize in what panic he was. 20 minutes of real torture. 20 minutes of terrible sounds. Finally it ended. But you know, what bothered me then and later is not only the pain which Spartak has experienced at this time. I thought that at that moment he was trying to look for his friend, me in particular, not understanding why I'm not with him at this moment. Who is this terrible guy, monster, who is trying to kill him? You know, death is not a geisha, which comes with pleasure. It usually comes with pain. He had pain at that moment, and I had pain also. The next day, the whole family was sitting at the table, eating what was Spartak yesterday. I did not. That was my small but final protest against the killing. Ironically enough, some part of the meat was sold later. My grandparents bought chocolates, and I ate these chocolates. You know, as I said earlier, many moons have passed since then. And I often ask myself if I could have done something else to avoid this situation. Soon after it happens, I saw a famous cartoon where a small boy named Niels helped his friend Goose to fly away. You know probably this fairy tale. And I blame myself that Niels did it and I did not. know, many conclusions can be made out of this. I don't eat pork and beef anymore. I also encourage all parents to teach their children to watch movies, to watch cartoons, to read books, and to teach them what is good and what is bad in life. I read a lot about pigs. Strangely enough, I have come across famous Winston Churchill's phrase about pigs. He said, "I like pigs. Dogs look up at us, cats look down on us, and only pigs treat us equally." I also share a common wisdom that a friend in need is a friend indeed. But if you ask me to put all these conclusions and thoughts into one sentence, it would be this. Never, ever betray your friend, even if he is a pig.